Hey, what's up guys? Today we're checking out this 10-year-old zombie survival game called 7 Days to Die. I'm sure a lot of you know about this game, but I actually knew about this game for many years before actually trying it. Maybe some of you were in the same position, maybe you're a returning player, maybe you never even heard of this game. Either way, I'll be going over everything to see if this game is still worth playing.
Yo! You look like a caveman.
So 7 Days to Die came out in December 2013, and this is an open world survival game with RPG elements that's still in early access? After a decade? That's pretty surprising and has to be a joke or frustration within the community. But at least there's still new updates. This game definitely has a long history and has been through a lot of changes. In some ways that makes it better to play now, or at least I would think. They have these big alpha updates and it's at least worth checking out every time these big updates happen. You can choose to play online or solo, and I went with co-op. These type of games are more fun and beneficial with a friend, and we had some pretty funny moments. Shout out to the homie. Did you hear that fucking noise?
Shh.
This is scary as shit.
Man,
What?
I'm gonna go night-night.
Okay,
Yeah, go night-night.
I'll watch. God damn it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yo, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Is that not how you react whenever you're sleepy?
Starting out, this is like your regular survival game in the way that you start out with nothing and have to build yourself up while looting, getting better gear, making a good base, and maintaining your health, hunger, hydration, and your inventory. A lot of these things are a lot more difficult in the early game. Luckily, dying doesn't matter until level 6, so you have some time to get a feel for everything. If you die later on, you get negative XP, which is interesting. There's a lot of wandering, but there's this early game quest system that gives you a good sense of direction. This made me think there was going to be some type of story, but there really isn't. It's very much a sandbox survival game, which is fine because this game does a lot of things right and can be very replayable. Oh shit, look at that reload.
Oh, that bitch had ammo in it? Yo. Remember how, fuck, it's a corner. Yo, I remember who gave it to you. My friend.
See, I didn't mean to point it at you. I was just like, no.
Shoot it once.
Oh my god. Like in the beginning, the crafting system can seem confusing, but it's very useful once you learn it and can be exciting making certain items. I think I remember it being a little overly complicated. It's been a little while since I last played, so I might have forgot, or I'm just dumb. But then you'll start getting your hands on different weapons with different ways to take out the zombies, whether it's melee or a gun. I like having a variety of weapons on me for different occasions, so we had a lot of storage for bullets. It started getting overwhelming having all these chests with a bunch of different bullets and different items and resources, but I mostly just wasn't ready for it. Make sure you have a lot of storage for the late game. There's a few ways to go about making your base, and base building is very important in this game, so me and my friend's strategy was to not make it. As you wander around the open world, you'll see these buildings and areas with difficulties on them. Well, me and my friend cleared out this big ass farm and we made it our home. In hindsight, it was fun and frustrating going through that early game struggle, looting from building to building, until we found this amazing house we could call our home. The looting is actually pretty cool in this game. My favorite part is that you get XP for every little thing that you loot. It makes it that much more satisfying to do everything. When doing a quest, we would double loot certain areas because starting a quest resets the loot in that area. And of course you'll need certain tools to get some resources. You'll need a pickaxe, a knife for harvesting, an axe for wood, and I was mind blown once I learned that you can dig down with a shovel. I didn't know this game was like that. I'm proud of myself, but I'm a terrible person. Speaking of that, 7 Days to Die has a pretty in-depth building system. To oversimplify it, you can say this game is like a realistic Minecraft, but I know that'll piss some of you off. The building system has more going on, like the physics. This is something you'll have to get used to if you're not already. I wasn't, and I had a lot of angry and sad moments with the building system. Those intense moments are mostly my fault, but I wish there was a better indicator for when your building is about to fall down. Maybe I'm just stupid, but you could definitely get a lot out of the building system if you get into it. There's a lot of building options. This game has a lot of in-depth mechanics to sink your teeth into, like the leveling system. It gave me a bit of a Fallout kind of vibe with the different attributes. You can invest in something like perception or strength, and it could take a lot of points to invest in a single attribute and certain perks. I mostly started with intelligence, but not only are there your main attributes and perks, you also have these magazines for their own little perks and benefits, so you're always making progress on something. The zombies aren't one to mess with either. It can be very risky just getting hit by these guys because you can get infected. After getting hit just 2 times, you might need some antibiotics, which isn't easy to get in the early game. There's a lot of infections and injuries you can get, so you'll have to learn how to craft and make sure you have enough medicine and helpful items. Once you get infected, it slowly raises to 100%, and realizing what happens at 100% is only fun the first time.
What?
There's a fair amount of enemy types, but my least favorite are the ones that spit at you and damage your base, and the ones that blow up. There's a special place in hell for this guy and the creeper. Sometimes there'll be mini hordes, but the real reason to have such a strong base against these enemies is for Horde Night. This is when 7 Days to Die puts you to the test and you go through hell every 7 days.
Dude, what does it sound like out there?
I don't like this at all.
I don't know what's going on. I'm just scared. Bro, what the I'm just freaking out. Oh my god.
Oh god. We're gonna die tonight, aren't we?
I just died.
We're gonna die tonight.
Oh,
we're gonna die tonight.
my stealth is on 2. Come on. How do they know?
This is something that makes this game unique as a survival game. You're always anticipating that day of hell every single week. It gets so intense that you'll want another base just for Horde Night. Lots of bullets and explosions can happen on Horde Night. It's a good opportunity for XP or death. If you're not ready for it, it can be the toughest challenge ever, but if you're extra good like me and my friend, and eventually look up a really good strategy, you can start to look forward to Horde Night. It's this fun transition where Horde Night starts off very scary, then you're anticipating it. Well, if Horde Night is fun, what do you do for the rest of the 6 days? Well, that's where the trader comes in. You meet him after that initial quest line, and this is how you'll be questing for the entire game, getting missions and doing them for traders. At first I didn't mind this, but then I started to see the problem. Like, it's cool exploring different areas, returning to the trader for a reward and going back to the base to store some items. The problem is that it gets repetitive after a while. You do the same type of quest over and over in different areas and there's not much progression to it. You do get higher level quests, but you mostly do the same thing but go to more difficult areas. It can actually be annoying when the quest buildings are too big. You eventually get to go to other traders, which is really exciting at first, but towards the end I realized that every trader is the same except for what they specialize in. But I did enjoy needing to make vehicles so we can get to the trader and make questing faster. But it did start getting really predictable once you realize how the gameplay loop works. It even got frustrating with certain long and tedious quests with these huge buildings and the last enemy getting stuck or lost or something. But I was still entertained for a while because I still wanted to level up and get achievements. I ended up getting most of the achievements. I missed out on some because I didn't play online, and I guess because I didn't die that much. This game does have online and multiplayer servers, but I just wanted to play co-op with a friend. If PvP is your type of thing, then you got it. You'd be surprised with how many people still play this game.
Yeah, I just have a couple friends I want to introduce to you.
Are they? Poke him in the dick.
Dude!
I poked him in the dick, he's dead.
Aw, man.
As we take a look at the numbers, 7 Days to Die is doing just fine after a decade. This game has been going strong since 2019 and has no signs of stopping with an average of 20 to 30,000 players and a peak of almost 100,000 players back in July.
Oh my god.
You like 5?
Are you
I gotta
okay?
drink water. I gotta drink water.
Wait, do you have a bandage?
Yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine. You have to drink water whenever you're on fire.
Oh.
Here, I got this one. Okay, I got it this time.
Oh my god.
I did it again. I'm gonna toss another nader. Oh! Why does it do that?
I must be missing something with the multiplayer, but clearly a lot of you still mess with this game. I'm only a casual, so excuse me for being surprised, but for those of you who are veterans, how are you feeling about the 10-year anniversary? Yeah, apparently they didn't do much. They just left a post marking the 10-year anniversary, and I'm sure all the clown awards and them disabling the comments tells what everybody thought of that. It's tough because this game has been out for over a decade and I'm sure it takes a lot of work, but I can understand why the people wanted something special. After 10 years, this game still isn't perfect. Even the graphics don't blow me away, but they get the job done. Something that's more of an issue is the optimization. There were some FPS drops, especially in the late game and in certain areas. I also really like the drone, but it can be glitchy and get stuck. It actually almost ruined my game because it can freeze if it gets stuck too far away, which is a shame because I really like that thing. I wish you can drive the gyrocopter with a friend, and one time my friend's gyrocopter randomly disappeared. I'm sure there's random little things I'm not remembering, but I heard the console version of this game sucks. And I just remember there were a lot of little frustrating moments, whether they were my fault or something wrong with the game. It was a fun but not the smoothest experience. Not to make it sound all bad, because I definitely appreciate my experience on this game.
Oh, I jumped out again. Oops.
Like, it was really fun building the main base, a base next to every trader, and figuring out different horde bases with a friend. It was really exciting getting that new weapon or vehicle and trying it out like a new toy. It's fun getting in a routine for a while, building and organizing your base, then going to the trader and going out doing some quests while anticipating Horde Night. But something that made all of this more fun for me and my friend was listening to music.
You hear that? That flow was crazy. They were about love back then.
Throw some bass on that, some heavy fucking beats, and like give her some auto tune. Should be killing it.
Mother can do.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Hot take. 10 times better in the weekend.
The soundtrack in this game can be really nice during the day and epic during the Horde Night, but listening to music made the repetitive quests not as bad, especially listening to the Fallout radio. It's a vibe.
She's just the way I want her to be, a million times harder than TNT. Ba ba la da bum, ba da bum, ba la da bum, ba la da. God, I love my life.
Either way, you can get 7 Days to Die for about $5 or less on sale. This game is very accessible, being that cheap and on multiple platforms. It also seems easy enough to run, but a better PC is recommended. My specs seem good enough. This is also one of the more classic zombie games you can get on Steam. Getting support for over a decade and still having a strong community says a lot. Same with still being in early access after a decade. I want to see that change after this video. This is one of those games that has a lot of history, and I think it's worth trying if you want to play one of the pioneers or classics or whatever you want to call it. I played this game a few months ago, so my bad if I forgot to go over anything like farming, weapon and armor mods, or me wishing there were more NPCs. This game has a bit of a Fallout vibe with the game world, so I was hoping for some more NPCs. I just wanted to get this review out there before my tiny brain forgot about it. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and drop a comment telling me what you think about this game. It's always exciting getting into a survival game knowing you have a whole adventure ahead of you.
What the fuck?
Oh, and sorry that I lied about this adventure lasting 200 hours, but it wasn't that far off and it makes the title look better. I'm sure you understand.
Let's fuck it. Matt, I have an idea. Is it there? Oh, you can still harvest it. It was a little bit overkill, I'll admit.
I lasted about 150 in-game days with my friend and felt like I got my experience out of 7 Days to Die. Now it's time to move on with the next adventure with the same friend, whatever that adventure might be. Either way, I'm sure I'll bring you guys along for the journey. Peace.